Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So finally I am getting this video up. It is a product showdown between the Cover FX setting powder in deep and the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder in medium deep. It seems like every company is coming out with a deep setting powder shade. I ain't complaining, you know, it's about time. I did do one on the Laura Mercier versus the Beauty Bakery, so I will leave that linked down below. And I feel like I did another one versus the Laura Mercier. Oh, that was the translucent. It seems like Laura Mercier seems to be the standard, you know, how do you compare to this setting powder? So I'm sure in the future I will be doing another powder versus the Laura Mercier. But if you want to see how these two products compare, then stay tuned. So first up is the Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder. This retails for $35 for 0.35 ounces. This comes in two shades, I believe, and it claims that it is an ultra lightweight loose setting powder that is consciously formulated without talc for an incredibly translucent finish that sets makeup for all day wear. It minimizes transfer without adding any color to the skin or overpowering your foundation finish. Ideal for the baking makeup technique, this setting powder is formulated with light diffusing particles that blur and smooth for a skin perfecting airbrushed effect that doesn't look chalky or dry. So that is what it looks like on the inside, and now, because I already had makeup on my face, I'm just going to apply it on. And now for what the brand itself calls a cult fave. It is the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder in medium deep. This retails for $38 for 1 ounce, which means it is $3 more than the Cover FX setting powder. However, just holding it, you can tell that there is a difference with how much you are getting. This is definitely heavier than the Cover FX setting powder, and it claims to be a translucent loose setting powder that locks in makeup for long-lasting wear without adding weight or texture. This bestseller creates a modern matte finish with a touch of sheer coverage while it absorbs oil and reduces shine all day. This no flashback formula means you'll look great in photos, and it creates a soft focus effect to subtly blur and look for fine lines and imperfections. It will not settle into fine lines or pores and never looks cakey. Okay. Ready to go, and that is what that looks like inside. And let's just okay. So I guess you could say I went ahead and did the rest of my makeup. I just wasn't really feeling a full face today, so I just threw on some mascara, a little bit of contour, not even doing a lipstick today. And usually how my product showdowns go down is that I have not tried one of the products that I'm trying out in that video. However, in this case, I have tried the Cover FX setting powder. You guys have actually seen me wearing it in some of my most recent videos. Just off the top of my head, I believe I was wearing the Cover FX setting powder in the first day of that concealer hunt weekend that I did with the NARS concealer, and then the third day I was wearing the Laura Mercier setting powder. So I've been going back and forth between these two, which is why I can just easily tell you right now which one wins this showdown, and that is the Laura Mercier. I don't know, the translucent in this powder has been beaten. I've found other translucent powders in that, you know, white beige shade that I prefer to bake with, I guess you could say, but so far I have not found a setting powder, at least in the deep shade, that tops this one. Not the Cover FX, not the Beauty Bakery, not the Maybelline Fit Me one, even though, you know, they're good powders, they just don't top this one. But just some things that you notice about these powders, just looking at them, obviously you get more with this one, even though it's $3 more. It's a darker shade of translucent than the Cover FX setting powder, and they both claim things that, you know, it'll keep you matte, it's a soft look to your face, it'll give you a smooth look, no fine lines and all of that. And from what I found wearing the two, while the Cover FX setting powder does do those things, it does give you a, you know, soft look to your face. It does kind of smooth your face. It doesn't really help with fine lines. I don't have a lot of them, but I do have some. You know, your girl is getting up there in age, and I do have some, you know, like smile lines and creases and stuff like that, and it does settle into them. The Laura Mercier does too. You know, it's not completely out of there, but not as bad as the Cover FX setting powder. It's the closest that I get to not settling in fine lines is this powder. But also with this powder, it doesn't really control my oil that much. I do have combo oily skin, and after a couple of hours, maybe like 4 or 5, it does start to show through. So it's not that great at, you know, controlling that oil in your face. Anything else about the Cover FX setting powder? I think that's it for the Cover FX setting powder. I do like it. I like it better than the Beauty Bakery powder, and I like it better than the Maybelline Fit Me powder, even though the Maybelline Fit Me powder is probably the best drugstore powder you're gonna get, even though I need to get it in a darker shade. I just like the Cover FX better than those two, but it ain't Laura. That's what I'm trying to say. You know, especially since they're pretty much the same price range. If you can only get one, I would go with this one. I just love how this finishes. I like how it holds up. It holds up the best that my face probably can be in combo oily. You know, when I start putting in powders and matte primers and setting sprays and all that stuff, I feel like this powder helps it all last and stay together the best out of the ones that I have tried. And I don't know if it's just me right now, but does one side of my face still look darker than the other one? If you saw my Cover FX foundation hunt video, which I will link somewhere, I set one side of my face and then I didn't set the other side, and the side that I didn't set was a tad bit darker than the side that I did set, and I had used the Laura Mercier in that video to set my foundation. And in this one, both sides of my face are set, but I still feel like one side of my face, the side that I set with the Cover FX, is a little bit darker than the other one. Maybe it's just my lighting, but let me know if you notice that in the comments down below. Okay, so that is it for this video. Before I forget, because I forgot in the foundation hunt, I'm going to insert a flash test right here so you can see how these two hold up with flash. But other than that, I hope seeing these powders on my face and hearing some of my thoughts and some of the outcomes that I've had with these two powders has helped in your decision of whether or not you're going to try it out for yourself. Make sure to thumbs up, comment, and subscribe down below. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!